guys, it's Sarah and it's my birthday. I'm 39 years old today, and I want to start off this video by just thanking you guys. And I was completely shocked and very humbled at how quickly this list filled up. I posted my 39 before 40 project idea and asked for you guys to give me book suggestions, like anything that you want to recommend, anything that you've enjoyed that you really think that I would enjoy and that you wanted me to read and to give a try. And I posted that thinking I would need at least a week to get 39 people to, want to participate in this with me. So I posted it super early thinking, I would need all that time. And, I had a backup plan for just in case I didn't get 39 different people on it. And I posted that video, and within hours, my list was full. And I was shocked. I literally was. I just went, holy crap. What just happened? I really, really thought I was going to need like a lot of time to get a full list. And it was literally within 4 hours. My list was full. You guys were just all over this, and I am so incredibly grateful. So if you don't know what this project is going to be about, I'm going to leave a link to my announcement video down below because I do have 39 books I need to show you today. So I don't want to take up a whole lot of time with my intro, but I will leave my original announcement video down below so you guys can go and see what this project is going to be all about. But I am going to go ahead and tell you all the books that are on this list, who suggested them, and where I'm going to be reading them from. I've done a whole bunch of research on these books and kind of figured out where I'm going to be getting them when it's time to read those books. And I'm not going to go into any synopsis on these books because there's 39 of them, so we need to get through this quickly. The first book on my list is On the Island. This is written by Tracy Garvis Graves, and this was recommended to me by Alana Reeds. And this book I do own, and I have it on my Kindle, so I will be reading it on my Kindle. The next one is The 13th Tale, and this is by Diane Setterfield, and this was recommended to me by Trish Polkinghorn. So I have this book on my shelf, obviously, and I got this at Goodwill recently, so I'm really excited to read this one. The next one is Coming Home, and this is written by Rosamund Pilcher, and this was recommended to me by Celine Moran, and she did describe this one to me as kind of a historical fiction, and she said it's very long, so she was a little hesitant on recommending it, but big books don't scare me. So I will just pick a good time frame, kind of maybe over the holidays or the summer or something like that, where I'll have a whole bunch of time for reading, and I will pick that book for that one. But this one I'm going to be getting from my library. The next one is The Zookeeper's Wife, and this is written by Diane Ackerman, and this actually was recently released as a movie as well. And this was recommended to me by my friend Brooke Main, and I'm probably going to be getting this one from the library. This one was one that I've definitely heard of before. I just didn't ever pick it up, but it is a war story, so I think that it will probably have a little bit more interest for me for that one because it takes place during a war, and I like those kind of books. The next one is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys, and this was recommended to me by Raylene Akoff, and I am so excited because I read her book Salt to the Sea earlier this year and adored it. It will probably be in my top 10 of this year, and so when she picked that one, I was like, yes, because I already have it and I know I want to read it, and I'm super excited for this one. And the next one is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and this was recommended to me by Danny Buttons, and I'm so excited because I am a big thriller and mystery fan, and I've never read Agatha Christie, and I have been told, what are you doing with your life? Apparently I'm going to be reading this year, so I'm really excited about this one. The next one is The God Box. This is written by Alex Sanchez, and this was recommended to me by Catchphrase, and this one is actually a Christian nonfiction book, and I'm definitely interested in this one because this one is written by a gay Christian. So it's kind of his take on being both gay and a Christian. And I don't know what the tone of the book is going to be. I don't know if he is actively gay or if he's trying to fight it. I don't know what all of that entails. So I'm really interested in this one. And this is one that I've had on my Kindle for a couple of years now. So I'm excited to get that push to read that one. The next one is The Clay Girl, and this is written by Heather Tucker, and this was recommended to me by Larissa Suris. And this one is one that I have been hearing about, and it has really piqued my interest. I am probably going to be purchasing this one because I cannot find it at any libraries or on audio or anything. I can't even find it as an ebook through my library. So I'm probably gonna be purchasing this, and I'm not mad about it because the cover is beautiful. The next one is The Paris Wife by Paula McLean. This was recommended to me by Robin's Egg Blue, and I'm really excited about this one because I've had this one on my shelf for at least 2 years now. I think I got it at a library sale, and I'm really excited to read this one. This is a historical fiction about Ernest Hemingway's wife. The next one is Gray, and this is written by Pete Wentz. Yes, Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. And this was recommended to me by Evil Queen Books. And I heard about this book when it first came out. It's been out for a couple of years now. And I first heard about it and I was like, Pete Wentz, like the Pete Wentz, like one of my favorite band members, Pete Wentz. Absolutely. He wrote a fiction novel and she says it's fantastic and it's her favorite book of all time. So that was a good push for me to get it back into my head and to read it. And I have already downloaded this onto my Kindle. The next one is I Hunt Killers by Barry Lyga, and this was recommended to me by Amy Pelliser. This is one that is on my wish list, and I was excited when she had that in her recommendation because it's one that I'm very, very interested in, and it's been getting a lot of buzz lately. And this one I have also downloaded onto my Kindle already. Next one is The Given Day by Dennis Lehane, and this was recommended to me by Debbie Murphy. This one I'm really excited about because I've been very interested in Dennis Lehane as an author anyway. He has written quite a few books, and I've heard very good things about his writing and his books in general. So I was very excited to get this recommendation. I am probably going to pick this up from the library. I do have an option to get it on Book Outlet for a good price if I decide to go that way, if I decide to purchase it. But as of right now, I'm probably going to get it from the library. Next one is The Pecan Man, and this is written by Cassie Dandridge Selleck, and this was recommended to me by Lisa Atkinson. I say pecan. My parents are from Georgia. I say pecan. If you're yelling pecan at me, I'm sorry. I say pecan. This one I have downloaded onto my Kindle already, but I do have an option through my library to get it as an audiobook as well, so I would probably go either way on that one. The next one is Tin Man by Sarah Wyndham, and this was recommended to me by Lynn Scott, and she suggested the audiobook for this one, but Lynn, I can't find it. I couldn't find it in Audible, I couldn't find it through my libraries, I couldn't find it through Scribd, I could not find the audiobook anywhere, so if you have a suggestion on where I could find that, let me know, and I am probably going to have to purchase this one. I can't find it through my libraries anywhere at all, so I'm probably going to end up buying this one. The next one is The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan, and this was recommended to me by Honey's Crisps. And I have never read this book. I've heard about it forever, and I've never read it, so I'm excited to give this one a try. This one I'm probably going to get from the library just because it's a new to me author. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it, and it is an older book. And then I also have the option of doing an audiobook through my library too, so I may do both or go back and forth or see which one I like better, whether I like reading it physically better or whether I like listening to it better, either one. Okay, this next one, guys, I'm going to really try here. Dear Ijuwele by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And this was recommended to me by Magali Nigerian. And this is a book I have heard about. I actually have a book from this author and I haven't read it yet, but this one I don't own. I'm probably going to get this from the library though. I do have the option of doing that through Kindle. I'll probably do that because I don't think it's going to be a book I'm going to want to own in the long run. And then if I do, I can just go and purchase it later, but I want to give it a try on Kindle first. But this is a very short book. She told me it was only like 73 pages or something, but she said it was very powerful. The next one is Whistling Past the Graveyard, and this is written by Susan Crandall, and this was recommended to me by Manataka Cottage. This cover, I can't. This cover is so beautiful. I wanted to buy it just because of the cover, but I was like, no, don't do that because I would buy all of these. I'm not even kidding. This one I can get, I've already downloaded it onto my Kindle, but I also can get the audiobook through Overdrive, through my library. So that's going to be another one that I could go either way on that one. But man, that cover, killing me. Okay, the next one is Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. And this was recommended to me by Trini2774. Speaking of covers, oh my gosh, you guys are killing me with these covers. Every time I would look up a book, I would be like, oh, it's so beautiful. And I even put a comment on my video, like, you guys need to stop recommending all these beautiful books to me because I want to buy all of them. They're so gorgeous. This one I can get through Overdrive as an ebook and as an audiobook so that I have a couple options for that too. But this is what I'm going to be keeping my eye on because if I really enjoy it, I'm probably going to buy a copy. It is gorgeous. The next one is The Vanishing by Wendy Webb, and this was recommended to me by Kay Fleck, and I'm really excited about this one. It seems like it's going to be kind of a creepy book, and I have already downloaded this onto my Kindle. This next one, you guys, I was really hoping that someone was going to recommend this book, and someone did, and I was like, yes, so excited. All right, that is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, and this was recommended to me by a bibliophobe, a 27. So thank you, honey. Seriously, I am so excited to read this. I already have plans to read this in probably November is what I'm thinking, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this one. Next one was recommended to me actually through Facebook, but it is one of my friends who has been bugging me to read this book. And I posted my video on Facebook too. And she was like, girl, read this. I was like, okay, finally. And Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. I've had this book for forever. I pre-ordered this book when it first came out, which is a while ago. And she has read this multiple times and absolutely loved it. And so it's finally on my list. So thank you, Mariah. The next one is The Life She Was Given by Ellen Marie Wiseman, and this was recommended to me by Mon Lily. And this one, she recommended to me a couple of books, but as I was looking them up when she recommended them, I saw this one first, and I saw a circus tent, and I was like, done. Circus is a big trigger word for me. If I hear circus, I am immediately intrigued and I want to give it a try and see what it's all about. So I'm excited for this one. This one I do have access to from my library. So I'm going to do that first just to see what I think. And then if I like it, I'll probably purchase it. The next one is The Female of the Species. And this was recommended to me by Tracy Hoofnagel. I hope I said that right. And this one is one that's been on my radar for a little bit. And I was excited that she recommended that one to me. And I can get this from my library. So I will go ahead and do that just because I haven't read a Mindy McGinnis book yet. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about her books. The next one is Midnight at the Bright Ideas Bookstore by Michael Sullivan. This was recommended to me by Galen Piat. And this one I have on my Kindle already, and I'm really excited to read it. I've heard very, very good things about this book, so I'm excited to get to that one. The next one is A Dirty Job, and this is written by Christopher Moore, and this was recommended to me by Megan Mitchell. I love Christopher Moore. I have not read a book by him in a long time, though. I've read quite a few of his books, and it's been a while, so when she recommended that, I was like, ooh, it's a good excuse to get back to Christopher Moore. So I'm excited about this one, and this one I'll get at the library. Okay, the next one is The Painter's Daughter by Julie Klassen, and this was recommended to be my Monica Cortero. And this one I will get from the library. No, I'm not. This one I've already downloaded onto my Kindle, so I am excited to read that. And the next one, oh, I'm so excited, Confessed by Colleen Hoover, and this was recommended to me by my friend Jenny Aldrich. I am so flippin' excited to read another Colleen Hoover book. Any excuse to read her. I have not read all her books yet. I'm still kind of like, you know, don't want to read all of them because then I won't have any more to read until her new one, which comes out. I already have it. I pre-ordered it. But yeah, so she said, read Confess, and I was like, yes, no problem. The next one is A Mother's Confession. This is written by Kelly Rimmer, and this was recommended to me by Must Read Soon. So thank you, Whitney. And I have been looking into this book because Whitney has recommended it to me before. And so it was kind of on my radar anyway. And then she was like, you're going to do it now, right? Yes. Yes, I am. The next one is The Mountain Between Us by Charles Martin. This was recommended to me by Heather Thomas, and this is another one where she's recommended this to me multiple times. So yes, Heather, I'm going to read it. And this one actually is a movie. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but it's about to come out. It has Kate Winslet in it. So yeah. The next one is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, and this was recommended to me by On the Fritz. And I'm really excited to read this. Really, really excited. This next one is The Uninvited by Kat Winters, and this was recommended to me by Tia Lee, and I have downloaded this onto my Kindle already, and I'm excited to read this one. I've never heard of it, so it looks super creepy, and I'm all about that. Okay, this next one is How Lucky You Are by Kristen Cusick Lewis, recommended to me by Sandy B. And this one I'm going to go ahead and get from the library, but another one I haven't heard of, so I'm excited to give it a try. Okay, this next one, guys, is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman, and this is recommended to me by Maria, and I am super excited for this one because I have just been hearing about this book so much lately. People are raving about it, and I was like, yes, because that was already on my list to go and check out and see what I think. And I'm gonna probably go ahead and get this from the library first just to give it a try and see what I think, but if I really like it, I'll probably buy a copy. The next one is One More Day by Kelly Simmons, and this was recommended to me by Kimberly Ankrum. I hope I said that right. And this is another one, I haven't heard of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab it from the library. Okay, the next one is Of Mess and Moxie by Jen Hatmaker, and this is recommended to me by Christy Boys, and she recommends the audiobook. She said it was really good. I have already downloaded the audiobook through Audible, so I'm excited about that. And this one is a nonfiction, and I have been wanting to read some books by Jen Hatmaker because I really enjoy her blog and her writing is really good, so I'm excited to read it. Next one is Safely Home by Randy Alcorn, and this was recommended to me by Kayla French. Again, with the covers, you guys are killing me. Oh, this one I'm going to grab from the library and just see what I think. This next one, I'm really excited, made it onto the list because I have been very intrigued by this book, and that is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers, and this was recommended to me by Tracy Talks Tales, and I am really excited to give this a try. I immediately thought I'm going to get it from Book Depository because the Book Depository cover is beautiful. It's the UK cover. It's so gorgeous. But I want to get it from the library first to see what I think because I have heard nothing but amazing things about it, but it's science fiction, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Science fiction is not something I read from a whole lot, so I'm going to go ahead and try it at the library first, and then if I end up loving it, I'll buy a copy. The next one is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, and this was recommended to me by A Stitch in Time. So thank you, Amanda. And Amanda knows that I've been working my way through the Mortal Instruments, and I will read a couple and then I'll stop for a while, and then I'll read one and then I'll stop for a while. This is the next one in the series that I need to read. So she said the rest of the TMI series, and I was like, okay, I got it. So I'm going to put this on my TBR, and I am excited to get back to the series because I do really enjoy it. And this last one, you guys, is The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I think it's Follett. I have not looked up how to say his name. I always said Follett back in the day, but I think it's like Follett or something fancier than Follett. And this was recommended to me by Ginger K, and I am so excited. This one I have read, but it was years ago. I'm talking more than 10 years ago I read this book, and I remember reading it and I remember loving it, and it really confused me at the time because this isn't like a big huge action crazy book. It's they're building cathedrals out of stones and walking on trails, but I loved it. I was really invested in all the characters, and I really loved the story. However, if you ask me for a synopsis today, that's all I could really tell you is that they were building cathedrals. But a lot happened. This is an almost 1,000-page book. So when she suggested that, I said, you know what? I read it, but I'm going to put it on here because I have been thinking about rereading this book because the third book is coming out soon, and I don't think I've read the second book. So I have wanted to reread The Pillars of the Earth and then read World Without End and then go on to the third book as well. So this is a good excuse for me to get my hands on a copy of this book and to reread it because I've been thinking about it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this one I will buy. I have not purchased it yet, but I will buy it. Okay, guys, that is my TBR list for my 39 Before 40 project. So I'm going to be starting today, October 7th, on my birthday, and I'm going to spend the next year before my 40th birthday working on these books. I've broken it down to about 3 books a month. There's going to be a couple months here and there, maybe 3 or 4 months I'm going to need to work on 4 books, but that's fine. And I do have my TBR jar. However, I am going to be pulling from my TBR jar off camera because I am going to be including these books on my monthly TBR videos, and I would like to really be able to have the books to show you, especially if they're books I have to get from the library. So I'm going to pull them off camera and then try my hardest to have them ready to show you on my TBR videos. So I have pulled for October. I'm going to be reading 3 of these books in October. The first one is the one that I picked myself. So each month I'm going to pick whichever one I'm kind of the most excited to get my hands on, or one that I already have. That's really easy access for me, especially if I'm tight on funds that month. You know, I'll try to read stuff that I have if I can. And so my personal pick for the month of October is going to be The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, because it's October and it's perfect timing. And this one's pretty short and it's got some pictures in it, as you can see. There's some drawings and everything, and I think it's going to be something that I can get through pretty quickly. I've never read a Neil Gaiman book before, so I'm really excited to read it. And then I picked 2 out of my TBR jar. So the first one that I had picked was The Painter's Daughter by Julia Klassen, and this one I have on my Kindle already, so I am ready to read that one. And then the other one is How Lucky You Are by Kristen Cussick Lewis. So I'm going to be reading those 2 as well. This one I do need to get on Kindle from my library. That's the only place I could really find it without buying it. So I have already put a hold on it because there was a wait, but I am next in line for it. So as soon as that comes through and is available on my Kindle, I will start reading that one. So those are going to be the 3 books that I'm going to be reading in October. So hopefully I will have those in my wrap up for you, but I'm really excited to get to these books. And I am just really, again, very humbled that you guys are excited for this project and to go in with me. And I'm really excited to talk to you guys about these books, because when I do finish a book, I want to talk to the person who recommended it to me and just thank them and let them know what I thought and see what their thoughts are, you know, and just kind of start that dialogue. So I'm really, really excited for this. Okay guys, that's going to be it for me today. So again, thank you guys so much for being excited for this project. I am really, really excited about it. And let me know down below if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that. Let me know what you guys thought of any of these books. If there's any of these books that you think I should get to sooner rather than later, maybe I can make them part of my personal picks. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.